art spot. We're both fine artists. We went to Pratt Institute, and we've been lucky enough to make our living creating art our whole lives, which is very unusual.
Yeah. We teach, we create art, we sell art, and we basically expose many people to the process of being creative. It's a wonderful thing to do.
When you first heard about the project, did you think it was going to be feasible? Did you have any anxieties about it? Did you think...
We realized immediately when I was speaking with Kathy, because I was the first to speak to her, that the process was exactly what the city needed because it's for its ability to our process. That was exactly what the city needed because it incorporates many, many people. So we could make it a community project and involve the community as opposed to having simply an artist do the work and then hang it. So that's what was really very wonderful about doing a mosaic with the city of Waterbury.
The meaning of it is going to take on different things to different people. So that to us is very rewarding as artists because you will all have your own personal inferences from this mural. And that will happen for everyone in the city. And one of the very fascinating questions I was asked at the steering committee meeting was, well, what if somebody doesn't get this? What if they just don't get this? And I thought, well, actually, I like that. Because when you don't get something, it forces you to be introspective and find that meaning within yourself.
Our personal philosophy of art and what we do here when we're teaching is to demystify art. To allow the average person to really understand that art is in everybody and in all of us. Whether you're picking your clothes or whether you're designing a space to live in, your own space, your apartment, anything, a room, or whether you're actually producing art for the sheer joy of producing an image, everybody can do this. It is a fallacy that you have to have talent and that art always hangs in museums. In truth, it doesn't. There's a lot more art in most people than they have any understanding of, that they don't realize it's there. So by exposing people to the process and showing them that they are creative and that that's part of what defines us as a species and as people, they become aware of the fact that they can do art. It's demystified. It's an important aspect of their lives. And that part of ownership and understanding, many of these people are going to go on to do more and more stuff. They're going to create tabletops and murals and all kinds of fun stuff.
We have an email correspondence with several of them, and they're like, well, what kind of adhesive should we use for this? And what do you think about this design for that? And have you seen my work lately in my portfolio? And it's wonderful because it has made a lasting impression. For people who have never done anything creative or artistic before, they now have this experience under their belt. They know they can do other things. So they'll go on to do more things.
And that affects change, because then they'll go home to their spouses, to their grandchildren, to their children, to their brothers and sisters, and they'll say, look, we can do it like this. Just try it like this. And they do. And so this information spreads.
I want.
What do you want?
No one.
Well, we're...
The porcelain is actually one of the hardest tiles out there. So as far as durability, holding up against the elements, the rain, weather, they're frost resistant. So it's an excellent material as far as that goes too, as far as outside viewing. The process that we've been doing here is basically the artists have actually painted in the patterns that we're going to be covering up. We've been starting out doing a perimeter, lining up. They've made these frames here, which actually same size as the panels that we're working on. So we're starting out with straight lines along the panels and then actually running another perimeter around each color. You can see Laura has done a beautiful job on running the tiles around.
Oh, that looks good. All this. So that one here, right?
They don't have to be too close together. Yeah. They have to be bumped together.
Perfect. Okay.
The blue ones are hers.
Yeah, they are. I did a whole
Sorry, who did
row.
I just have?
That's all right.
Grouting is, well, actually, Scott, why don't you take it over?
Grouting is the final process of tiling. Basically, it is using a colored cement to fill in the spaces between the tiles. And why we do this is because it seals the tile, especially being an outdoor product, from getting any moisture or water between the tiles. And it also adds the final beauty to it. It's really the last final touch. And as you can see, when you look at some of these panels that have been ungrouted, some of these really kind of not so attractive little chinks and cut pieces, they'll get smoothed out. And if you take a look at one that has been finish grouted, it really hides some of the imperfections. So it's a very key process. And this one's exceptionally hard because we're using a different color grout for every colored tile. I think in this project alone, I think we have 19 different colors of grout.
And it is a very special day that we're about to unveil this mosaic. And without revealing any secrets ahead of the drop of the canvas, I want to tell you, as a kid growing up on the Naugatuck River, that I remember when that river ran orange and blue and red, and we have others who remember this too. But that was only the recent history of this river. The river in the 18th century was a source of food. It was the wealth of this area. And in the 19th century, it was a source of energy. It powered the mills that made this city great. In the 20th century, we let this river down, turning it into a sewer. And I think that's when we did see it running those colors. But in this century, we are bringing that river back. Yoo-hoo! We are bringing that river back.
Yay! This is not a minor thing. I believe that art is the fastest, most cost-effective way to transform our cities. Overnight, you can take a blank wall and make it into a thing of beauty. It makes our cities vibrant, it makes them safer, it makes them places that our sons and daughters want to stay, and other people's sons and daughters want to come and join. Special thanks to our artists, Joanne and Bruce Hunter. What a job they did, and you're going to see that. You know, I had the honor of going down to the Palace Theater and watching our public school and parochial school children putting this project together under the leadership of Joanne and Bruce, and it was just so touching to watch the different age groups, from very young children to high school students, and it was so touching to watch them really working so sincerely on this project, knowing that it was going to hang here on South Main Street and hopefully be here forever, and having their excitement rub off on everyone in the room. And Joanne and Bruce were so strong with them and talking about arts and tourism and the designs, and I was very, very humbled by all of it, and very honored to be there, to be able to get a chance to view all that great work. So I can't say enough good things about the work that Joanne and Bruce did on this project.
Let us pray. As you journey into outer space, may the angels help to lead the way. May the prayers that the families make shine up on your soul and keep you safe. And all the homies that have passed away, and there to greet you as you pass the gate. And as you head to the eternal life, I hope it leads to eternal life. We say a prayer for the homie Pop.
So we want to thank Kathy McNamara, the mayor's office, the city of Waterbury. Everybody's been so warm and wonderful. But besides the positive art experience that we've had, it was incredibly well organized, well thought out. We work with the ACC and Diane Plock and the Chamber of Commerce. They all had a part to play in this. And
The Palace Theater.
The Palace Theater was incredible for giving us
Right.
their stage for 9 days. And mostly, really, the volunteers. The Waterbury Tile team was incredible
The local
to work
businesses
with.
where we
The
got our
local
lunches
businesses,
and-
but also the tile team was just, we became friends with them, and they felt and we both felt on this side that it was a wonderful experience for everyone. We left with friends.